Air pollution, a world health problem. Air is all around us. People, plants, and all living things. Need air. In order to stay healthy, air must be clean. When harmful or poisonous substances get into our air, that's called air pollution. Now, let's look at what some of the causes of air pollution are. Wildfires, volcanic eruptions, dust storms, and pollen are among the natural causes of air pollution. Now, let's examine what some of the human causes of air pollution are. Fossil fuels. A natural fuel such as coal or gas formed in the geological past from the remains of living organisms. The burning of such fossil fuels greatly contributes to air pollution. Following that is air pollution from industrial emissions, which is exhaust from factories and industries. Next on the list of human causes of air pollution are a variety of agricultural activities, which include such things as the use of pesticides and insecticides, methane emissions from cattle, and burning to clear fields. Then there's indoor air pollution, dust, dirt, or gases inside buildings such as your home or workplace that could be harmful to breathe in. Among the activities contributing to indoor air pollution is the use of disinfectant sprays, aerosol sprays, and air fresheners. Another source of indoor air pollution is leaving black mold undealt with, allowing it to fester and grow within your home. Other sources of indoor air pollution include those that are much more prevalent in poor communities and nations, using a wood stove and cooking on an open fire. Finally, on the list of indoor air pollutants, an activity that is considerably less widespread but causes more concentrated air pollution: smoking. Now that we've discussed the various causes of air pollution, let's examine the differences between visible and invisible air pollution. Visible air pollution is, obviously, air pollution that can be seen with the naked eye. It tends to appear either grayish or reddish-brown due to the CO2 molecules. Visible air pollution is often known as smog, which is a secondary pollutant. Invisible air pollution is pollution that cannot be seen with the naked eye. While less noticeable, it can be more deadly, like sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, and nitrogen oxides. Now, let's talk about the other most common pollutants, aside from CO2, SO2, CO, and NO. The first is volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, which are gases that are emitted into the air from products or processes. Many of these products and processes I've already mentioned, like disinfectant spray and aerosol spray, as well as factory emissions. Next is particulate matter, a mixture of solid particles and liquid droplets found in the air. Next is ground level ozone, or O3, which is the main ingredient in smog. The next most common pollutant is chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs, the coolant in refrigerators, air conditioners, or cars. If this coolant is not properly disposed of, it will leak CFCs into the air. Next are unburnt hydrocarbons, or UHCs, which are the hydrocarbons emitted after petroleum is burnt in an engine. Finally are lead and heavy metals, which are emitted mainly as a result of industrial activity. Now that we're familiar with the various causes and sources of air pollution, let's look at some of its effects on humans, the environment, and the planet. Among the effects on humans is an increase in the risk of respiratory and heart problems. Inhaling polluted air reduces the heart's ability to pump enough oxygen, causing one to suffer respiratory illness. Air pollution is also linked with an increased risk of low birth rate and preterm birth. Babies who are born too small or too early are susceptible to a range of health problems. As was the case with humans, birth defects, diseases, and lower reproductive rates within the animal kingdom have all been attributed to air pollution. Greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide cause the climate to warm by trapping heat from the sun in the Earth's atmosphere. Thus, air pollution can be directly linked to global warming. Another effect of air pollution is acid rain, which occurs when rain combines with harmful gases in the atmosphere before becoming acidic and falling on the ground as acid rain. It can cause great damage to humans, animals, and crops. Another effect of air pollution on the environment is eutrophication, which occurs when minerals from the air fall back onto Earth and into bodies of water. This causes the dense growth of plant life within the body of water, as well as death of animal life from lack of oxygen. The final major effect of air pollution is a depletion of the ozone layer. Ozone is responsible for protecting humans from harmful UV rays, but it's depleting due to CFCs and UHCs in the atmosphere. As the ozone layer becomes thin, it will emit harmful rays back on Earth and can cause skin and eye-related problems. Now that we've gone over the specifics of this global problem, it's time to discuss what's being done to fix it. Worldwide, many countries have taken steps to reduce pollution emissions to combat global warming. The Kyoto Protocol, first adopted in Kyoto, Japan, is an agreement between 183 countries that they will work to reduce their CO2 emissions. The US has not signed this treaty. In 2006, the World Health Organization issued new air quality guidelines called the Clean Air Act. These are stricter than the guidelines of most individual countries. Now that you understand what different governments and nations are doing to reduce air pollution on a large scale, it's important to think about what you personally can do. Opting for public transportation over a car, walking when possible, and biking if you need to get somewhere quickly are a few of the ways that you can help. Now, to ensure that you've been paying attention throughout the entire video, it's time for a review session. I'll be asking a series of multiple choice questions, and you really just need to think the answer in your head. You don't need to say or do anything. Question number 1. The law that regulates air pollution is the A. Air Quality Control Act, B. Clean Air Act, C. Oh no, ozone hole, or D. Atmospheric pollution law. Give you 1 second. Okay, seconds up. The answer is B. Clean Air Act. Question 2. What is an example of natural air pollution? A. Vehicle exhaust, B. Volcanic ash, C. Industrial emissions, or D. Cigarette smoke. The answer is B. Volcanic ash. Question 3. What is an example of secondary pollutant? A. Vehicle exhaust, B. Smog, C. Industrial emissions, or D. Cigarette smoke. The answer is B. Smog. Question number 4. Primary pollutants. A. Mixed with something else before becoming a problem. B. Are put directly into the atmosphere. C. Include smog. Or D. Cause instant death when inhaled. Okay, the answer is B. Are put directly into the atmosphere. Industrial emissions mostly come from A. Vehicles, B. Cigarettes, C. Factories, or D. Volcanoes. It's an easy one. The answer is C. Factories. Question 6. People who are least likely to be bothered by air pollution are A. Infants, B. People with asthma, C. Elderly people, or D. Healthy people. That one's obvious. The answer is D. I'm not even going to give you time. Obviously, healthy people will be least likely to be bothered. Thank you for watching my video, and remember, If you want our Earth to stay beautiful, walk when possible. A little change is still a change.
Created using Powtoon.